Since when has it become not cool to try?
You do so many things, you can't do everything on your own. And the reason, if you do, by the time you do it, you can think 30 other things that you had help.
And when I got on that shit, I got on it and surpassed them. And they was just
It's habits and habits
It's a
are
lifestyle,
consistent.
really. It goes past a habit where it's just like that's their life. Trauma.
Alright, we need the same part.
Let's get it. Mommy, which one this is?
I thought they about to come here. I thought they had like a little party or something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was like, oh, are they coming here? Oh, they go upstairs. They go upstairs. All right.
New year.
2023. We here. New
It's a big
goals, new mindsets, new money. I mean, everything new. Such a rebirth. You know, always starting the next year. Time is a made up thing to me, but it is also great that you get to feel like something new has just arrived,
Facts.
and that you get another chance to do it better, which is great. I love seeing people wanting to be better, like improve themselves, improve the wellness and the being of people just around them. Like, that's great energy. Love it. So I mean, today we can talk about, you know, just how those new goals, that new mindset, is it a real thing? Do you think people actually adjust to those new goals, or you think most of the time most people fail?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I probably like on some scientific stuff, if we were to look at numbers, probably most people do fail.
Yeah.
But I think it probably creates like people who like do some amazing stuff though too, like those few people that actually push it through. But that's like anything that's for business, that's for people who want to be a model. It's gonna be like everybody wants to do it, but like only a few gonna actually succeed and stuff. So
Right.
I think it's good. I think, like you said, it's new stuff for me. I would like to say rather than new, more just like improved. You know what I'm saying? Like same mindset, but just like let's get better. So that's like me personally and stuff like that. But yeah, nah, like you said, I think it's super good. I know there's a lot of people who be talking like when they in the gym and stuff, like oh, like these newcomers and stuff, and like, it sucks to like have a lot of people in there. You gotta wait for the gym and stuff, but bro, like if you in there, like I'm happy for
Facts.
you. Yeah, I'm happy for you.
The fact that you can't, like, because I know a lot of people will like fall off, and that's just what it is.
Whatever.
But the fact that you tried to come this year, next year try it again, and whatever worked for you, as long as you're trying. I just like to see people trying to do more.
Try to get better, yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think it all boils down to obviously one mindset, because your mind is the biggest thing for achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve. Because if you don't believe you could do it, then you probably won't do it. And then it's like the breaking it down thing about the goals. Like, people set crazy goals. Like, I want to lose 50 pounds this year. Like, okay, that's not going to happen until next, you know, whatever, how long ever it's going to take. So it's like, if you would just set it up where you were just saying, like, I'm going to lose 2 pounds this month.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yeah,
that's achievable.
10 pounds or something.
Then
Yeah.
next month I'm gonna use 3 pounds this next month. Boom. That's
The keyword is
achievable.
achievable, yeah.
That's achievable. It gotta be achievable goals so that you can't get out of you can't psych yourself out.
Yeah.
Because you can psych yourself out real quick when you're not hitting what you think you hit.
Exactly. You start getting scared and you're like, damn, maybe
I'm
I
not
can't do
doing
this.
the right thing.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I don't. Everybody else, like,
exactly.
all right, no.
You trick yourself. Yeah.
You should have made, like, you gotta just, that's what I read this book. It's called Mini Habits. I forgot the name, the person that wrote it, but it's a great app called Headway. I love it. Headway's great because it breaks stuff down to you. It gives you the summary, gives you the point. I heard somebody say something once that said, it's okay to read books, it's great, but if you're not learning what they're actually trying to tell you from the book, there's no point of reading it. So like the Headway breaks it down and gives you like the actual lessons and like the summarization of it, so you kind of can digest it way better. So like I was reading this book called Mini Habits, and it's pretty much was talking about how, you know, you need to break these goals down. Like, even if they're small goals, like I said like the losing 2 pounds, which even at that for some people is kind of still too big.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I mean, if you got to break it down to where you're saying, hey, I just need to put on my shoes. Once I put on my shoes, I'll put on my jacket.
Start the car.
After that, I'll go outside and I'll walk. Whatever it is, like that's because like once you achieve that, putting on your shoes, boom, I know I can put on my shoes.
Yeah.
Duh. Once I put on my shoes, what am I doing? Like
That's half the battle leaving your place. To go to the gym. Yeah.
That's
half the
it.
battle.
But what seeing it is one thing when you go, I gotta just put on my shoes. Next, I gotta just throw on my jacket, open the door, walk. Cause it's like seeing it broken down like that makes it seem way more simple than you saying I gotta lose 2 pounds this month. 'Cause
Exactly.
it's like what the fuck does that mean? Cause like how do I do that? Put on your shoes.
There's a million different ways. Yeah.
That's it. So I mean, that's kind of how I see it, and just attacking the goals piece. Cause like, and then like once you start hitting those little goals, you can kind of move your way up, kind of making them.
Start pushing yourself.
Yeah, start pushing yourself, and kind of you can go to the macro goals a little bit, where you know what you're doing already. You can kind of add to it, which is great because you're reprogramming your mind to like accept it. Like your mind wants to be automated. It wants to do as least work as possible. So once it's already hitting those little habits over and over and over, I think it's just easier to do. So,
That's facts.
what do you think? Like some of your kind of goals like that you set for yourself that like, like business like.
I think some like advice I could give. I think what you said as far as breaking your goals down, that's probably one of the best things you could possibly do, right?
Yeah.
I think also slow motion is better than no motion. 1% is better than no percent, right? So like take small steps at a time. I think that's kind of like the same thing what we're saying, but
Yeah.
just your goal is to lose 50 pounds, like you said. You got to start somewhere, right? So even if it's not you're not in there running 10 miles a day or whatever, like it's non-realistic. Like even just you going in the gym, sitting in the sauna, walking for 5 minutes a day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a start. That's slow motion, but it's better than no motion. So.
It'll add up at the end.
Exactly, like because eventually you gonna be like, damn, this 5 minutes is easy. Let me push it 10 minutes, and next thing you know you're doing 30 minutes again, and then now you lifting weights and stuff like that. So we saying the same thing, which is like different terms and stuff like that. Also, I think comparing yourself is like a huge thing.
Comparing yourself.
Yeah, and I'm always go back to the gym. So like if you go in there, a lot of people might get intimidated by the person who lifting 225 for their warm ups and stuff like that. And they can't even pick up a 5-pounder and stuff like that. So fight your own battle. That's who you are.
Yeah, that is a big one. Comparing yourself, I guess. Yeah, especially for the goals. You see people moving faster than you. It's kind of discouraging.
That's business too. Like
Right. Somebody
someone
taking
might
off.
post their screenshot and they did 100,000 this month so far. And you're like, damn, like I ain't even touched like nowhere close. My goal was 100,000 for the year.
Yep.
You can't really compare yourself because you don't know how long he's been doing this, like what his goals were last year and stuff like that too. So
Yep. And don't trick yourself thinking that they're doing something more special than what you're doing.
you know,
Your time can come. Like it just happens like that. It just works like that. So I think it's more so just paying attention to your own race, like having the blinders on and just doing that.
exactly.
But also, what was the spot? I just lost my train of thought.
So we can call that right there. Quick.
Yeah, I'm about to say that the next spot I was gonna ask you. We can just keep it straight.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think like your biggest struggles are with like that, with like to try to achieve those goals and stuff like that?
My biggest struggle is just, I think I got a shiny object syndrome sometimes, where it's like, all right, this is my goal, and then I might see something else and I'm like, all right, this is my new goal, and I should just stick to that one goal.
Same one.
Yeah, you know, but it's good to adjust your goals, but like what I'm saying is to be two completely separate goals and stuff, and I just stick to that one. That's me being transparent right there.
Yeah.
So not having shiny object syndrome and just like sticking to one thing and knocking it out, and then I can go to the next goal. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like having multiple goals at the same time, where they're not really related to each other. Yeah. What would you say yours is?
I just think mine is I put a lot on my plate.
Okay.
So then it's really like I get halfway through it, and then the last like whatever I have left, I'm just like, all right, when were you putting that off? Like, and then you kind of keep putting stuff off. I think it's kind of like that. So I just put too much on, but I want to do too much when I really should just keep it simple.
I wonder what the scientific term to that is. 'Cause I feel like I've been doing that too.
It's just like, I know I could do this stuff. It's just like when you getting it done, it's some of the stuff you kind of don't forecast it right. Kind of like it just take more time than what you thought it was gonna take. So that now you got all the rest of this stuff left to do, and I don't know. I just feel like if I kept it simple, because it's like the stuff, it's like priorities. Because it's like all this extra stuff, I might not need it. You know what I mean? Where I can actually focus on the stuff that I really, really, truly need to just do, and then everything else, it's a plus if I get it done. But that's kind of how I treat it anyway. Like all the extra stuff that I don't be getting done, it's like, because it's really not needed, but it is. Like I want to get it done. I know I can get it done, but it's just like,
You think that's like being too ambitious or something like that, or like, because it seemed like it's almost like a good thing almost.
It's good and bad. It's like
I don't have. So some people don't have enough to do, but like you over here trying to put too much on your plate and stuff like that.
yeah.
So yeah, I try to bring the good things out of everything, but
Yeah, it's good and bad. I mean, you try to process it as much as you can, where you kind of like want to be. I think it's a sweet spot. There's a balance to it all. Cause like my thing is like there's always going to be something more to do. Like I don't know what person or company is like the best where they can say like this is 100% the best it's ever gonna get.
Yeah.
So when I'm always looking for things to do, I always can go back in and pull up 20. I can list 20 things right now that I could do, but I had a great day. But I can still go back and list 20 more things that we can improve on and we can work on right now. So that's why my list is forever growing, and it's kind of like you got to have the mindset to where priorities again.
Yeah.
The real things that need to get done, and then the things that would be nice to get done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then you kind of have to have the scope to where you say, hey, these have to get done at some point though, because if not, you're gonna be falling behind.
Right.
So you need to get those done, but it's not a dire need at the moment. So I think that's kind of how you have to play that, because it's like I hate when I have like a bunch of tasks and I'm like, oh, I only got like 6 of them done and I got like 4 left. And I'm just like cooked at that moment. I was like, and it discourages you too, because it's like, damn, I got these things I've been wanting to get done right here, and I haven't got them yet. But that's the thing about it, because the things that you really, really need to get done, you will get them done.
Yeah. I got the same issue. So I know in the morning I typically write down like what I gotta get done.
Yeah.
And like I'll make the 3 you have to get done. Like today Tuesday, like you gotta get these 3 things done. Dude, like if you got time, knock this stuff out too. But like these 3 things have to get done. And typically I just use like my brain power in the morning to knock out those first 3 things.
Oh.
So alright, so we go back to priorities and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the great part about it. And I also give this little tip out too. Like, I don't know if you guys use like an agenda or anything, but if you don't, like you can even use the old school, write it down. I like writing stuff down too.
Notes.
Like I have a little, notebook that I write stuff down. I do my finance in there. It's just much more easy to break it down like that. I also do it on a laptop too, but like I'm way more meticulous on a laptop. Like the tabs I have are like breaking stuff down, so like they're just more easy to just being organized basically. Mm-hmm. So when I come back knowing what I need to focus on, any notes that I'm writing down, my schedule, investment portfolio, all that stuff is like easier to break it down, and you can kind of see it and visualize it. So that's kind of one of my things for like your goals as well. It's like when you're putting these things out, you don't want to have it all in your mind, because your mind is,
Don't forget.
yeah, it wanders, so you won't know exactly what it is you need to do. But when I come down here and I go, oh, boom, I go look at these things real quick. I'm like, all right, I know what I need to be doing. Let's go. Like, it needs to be fast. So that's one of my little tidbit insights. Like, if you don't do it, and there's a great app that I use. It's called Agenda, and I've been using this for years. Like, I got tabs under here that say like 2019, 2020. I do them every year, and they're just like breaking it down, like my YouTube notes, personal brand, everything, marketing wise, weekly goals, bigger goals. Like, all that stuff is in there. So it's like when you have it in one place, it's so easy to just like stay on top of your shit.
What's it called? Agenda?
It's called Agenda. So yeah.
I use Notion.
Okay.
Notion pretty cool. It's like user friendly, so easy to use. But point is, just use something, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's just a little square notes, like
Square
right
notes.
there.
Yeah.
Just use something.
Hey, I used to have those. I used to
Wait,
have
I
square
still
notes.
got those. Like I'll pull it out. Like
I used to
also
have
like
square notes everywhere.
yeah. Also just like I can't forget it. Just write it down. I'll just put it
Yeah.
right here on my laptop. So every time I open it, it's right there.
Mhm.
Just do something. Write it down. Cause yeah, I used to be one of those people that like, oh, I'll just remember it.
Yeah.
And you know how like when you walk into a room and you just like, damn, what did I come in here for? That's what it is. It's really like that in real life. So write it down.
Especially those habits too. Like I think the biggest thing is the visualization part, the remembrance part, and the things that you actually need to get. Like I said, I keep going back to priorities. It's major when you talk about goals, because certain things need to get done. And there's certain things that are a plus. And there's things that right. So you got like I like to print out stuff to have so I can see it in like real form. Like I can hold the paper. Like it's cool to have it on a laptop, great too. Just depending on who you are, but like to be able to see it, to have it in a place, like in the morning you got, yeah, like you know what I gotta do, like boom, like just for like habits that you do every day, like to make sure that you're doing those things. Like I think that's important. Like, cause people, I'm telling you, like your mind just, you might not have time, but when you see it early in the morning, you know what you gotta do. So then it already pre-trains you to be like, all right, I'm locked in.
You ever made a vision board? Like I know that's something like, I know the ladies do it a lot. My girl put me on. That's something I put on my phone screen, so every time I look at it, it's right there.
Yeah.
I ain't make one this year, but I know that might be helpful for people out there.
No, a vision board is dope. I think I did one last year, to be honest with you, but it was